Hello students, in this video I am going to explain motion of charged particles in uniform magnetic field. That is, at what angle the charged particle is entering the magnetic field will decide its path in the magnetic field. Let us study it in detail. The velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field. That is, the charged particle is entering perpendicular to the magnetic field. For this, we have considered a uniform magnetic field B, which is perpendicular to the plane of the page and is directed downwards as shown by the cross symbols. The particle is of mass m and it is carrying a charge of plus q with velocity v, which is perpendicular to the magnetic field B. See here, this is the direction of the particle. The velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So, by Fleming's left hand rule, a force acts on the particle in the direction shown. That is, the direction of the force is directed upwards. The particle after a certain time reaches here. Again, the velocity will be tangential to it and the force acting will be upwards like this. So, the path of the particle is a circular one. That means the force perpendicular to the velocity will not change the magnitude of the velocity, it will only change the direction, and the force acting on the particle will be given by F is equal to Q V cross B. As this force is perpendicular to the plane of velocity and magnetic field, F will be equal to BQV because theta is 90 degrees. If we look carefully, this force is always directed inwards like this. That means it is directed towards the center of the circle. So it is acting as a centripetal force. So let us equate this force BQV to centripetal force. And we know centripetal force is mv square by r. Rearranging the terms, we will get r is equal to mv upon pq, or we can find the velocity as bqr upon m. The distance covered by the particle in one revolution is 2 pi r. So we can calculate time period as distance travelled upon velocity, which is equal to 2 pi m upon bq. And the frequency can be calculated as 1 upon time period, which is equal to bq upon 2 pi m. See this, the time period or the frequency of the particle is independent of the speed of the particle, as the speed component is not there in this expression. But if the speed increases, the radius also increases, but the time taken to complete one revolution still remains the same because it is independent of the speed. Now, if the velocity is not perpendicular to the magnetic field, that means if the particle is entering with velocity v and making an angle theta with the field, see here, the direction of the magnetic field is along the x-axis and the particle is entering with velocity v, which is making an angle theta with the x-axis. So we can resolve this velocity in two components, the parallel component and the perpendicular component. The parallel component will be v cos theta and the perpendicular component will be v sin theta. The parallel component will give a linear path and the perpendicular component will give the circular path to the particle as we have just discussed. See how it is giving a linear path. We are aware of this force expression that we have used earlier. F is equal to Q V cross B. If we are considering this parallel component, the theta is 0. If theta is 0, this force will be 0. That means no force is acting on the particle and simply the particle is giving us the linear path and the perpendicular component is giving the circular path. The resultant of this linear and the perpendicular component is giving us the helical path, whose axis is parallel to the magnetic field like we have shown here. The radius of this circular path of helix is given by r is equal to mv upon bq, where velocity will be the perpendicular component due to which the circular path is maintained, that is mv sin theta upon bq, and the time period is 2 pi m upon bq as we have earlier done. The linear distance travelled by the particle in the direction of the magnetic field in one complete circle is called the pitch of the path or the pitch of the helix. See here, this is the pitch, that is in one complete revolution the particle is covering this much distance. So this distance is termed as the pitch of the helix or the pitch of the path. This linear distance is due to the parallel component of the velocity. So the pitch can be calculated as velocity into time period, and the velocity will be taken as the parallel component, that is v cos theta into time period 2 pi m upon bq. The kinetic energy of the charged particle moving in the uniform magnetic field is given by half mv square. Putting down the velocity v from earlier calculations, we have obtained this expression, and finally we have obtained the kinetic energy expression, that is r square q square b square upon 2m. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.